Welcome back to Yeti Radio. Today I've got a very special guest on, and I've got a nice little drum roll button. So, ready? Today's special guest is me. I actually had someone lined up this week to do the first Yeti Radio back, but unfortunately they had a conflicting schedule, so here I am. Now, this isn't actually a bad thing, though. I have wanted to go over what happened, what my plans are for this. I'm coming back. I am committed to it. I dropped the ball there for a long while, like I do, and I have done several times. And I wanted to go into that a little bit as well and talk about what I'm doing now that's working for me in regards to my schedule and my lifestyle. As we know, well, as a lot of you know, I'm very open. I've had a lot of struggles with mental health and addiction, right? You know, I'm an open book. I don't lie about these things. I don't hide it. I'm not ashamed. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I was having a pretty rough time there when I started this up. I'm in a really good spot now, though. I'm happy. I'm being consistent on my wake up times, my schedule. I'm powering through my work because of it, and I'm ready to start making some more content again. Not because I have any illusions of trying to be super famous or anything, but it's because it's something I genuinely enjoy and I really want to do. So today, I'm going to give you an idea of what my plans are for this, and I'm going to let you know what's been working for me. I think I already said that. I'm a little bit rusty. It's been a while. Now, moving forward, I'm going to aim to do, but I'm really committed to this, one Yeti Radio in quotes. If you're on Spotify, I just did the quotation mark thingies, a fortnight. Most of them will be with guests. I've already got 3 guests lined up over the next 4 weeks. I think a fortnightly schedule is something I can really stick to, and it's still frequent enough where I'm not going to forget about it, you know, that ADHD brain. But what I was doing before kind of set me up for failure, right? So I was putting a lot of time into editing these videos for YouTube, you know, these big 1 hour plus videos. Now, I did 3. I only uploaded 2. So I did one with Dylan Hellriegel, and he's coming back on soon to talk about, you know, when he was unwell, and I'm going to let him take over that. But it was a really good conversation. I'm excited to redo it, right? It didn't record, unfortunately. That's kind of when I stopped. I was like, oh, I'm out. But previously, I was like, the Corinne one was amazing, but I put 20 hours or more into editing the video for that. I'm not a good video editor. I try my best, but it was taking a lot of time that I just don't have. So moving forward, 1 a fortnight. The talking side of it is easier. I'm using Riverside FM. I just have to check what it's called now, over remotely. Remotely had a lot of bugs, and I had to do a lot of the editing myself. I don't mind editing the audio, but it was with the video and everything. It was just very hard, very clunky, and it just didn't work within my own limitations. As we know, again, ADHD, things like that. If something's so difficult that I just can't get it done, or I'm going to have to take 30 hours to do it, it's not going to get done. Or I'll do 1 or 2 and I'll burn myself out. I get burnt out quite easily. So now I'm using, again, checking the name, Riverside FM. I'm still going to upload these to YouTube. A lot of people, one, don't have Spotify or anything like that, Apple Music, where I'm putting these podcasts up, or these Yeti radios. Remember the whole, it's not a podcasting. But 2, I lost my train of thought a little bit then. Oh yeah, a lot of people don't have Spotify and streaming platforms like that. But 2, some people like the visual side of it to be engaged. And that's why I was putting so much time into the editing. And then I realized no one was really watching it. They were listening to it, but I want to put it out there for those people anyway. I'm not going to be doing all the little edits I was doing before, though. So if you have watched any of them, you will notice when someone mentioned something, I would upload photos, or I would put photos on the screen. Look, I'm getting old, guys. I'm 29. Upload photos onto the screen. I would put photos onto the screen. I would put facts about what they were talking about. If it was disordered eating or mental health, there'd be little facts that popped up. But that took a lot of time, particularly because I'm not good at editing. And that's what really, really burnt me out. And when the Dylan one messed up, to no one's fault, I was already in a pretty rough spot. I was just like, I'm out. This is it. I'm done for now. And I had all intentions of coming back much quicker, but my mental health and that kind of dive bomb and went to shit. And I just couldn't get back on top of it. I have been for a while now, though, and that's why I'm ready to take this on again. So expect the videos to go on YouTube. I love YouTube. I want people to be able to access it easily and for free, because I know Spotify and that, I think for the most part, and like Apple Music are paid subscriptions. But I'm not going to do all the little edits I was doing because it was just tedious, and I can't do it. I love this side of it. I love the recording. As you all know, I love talking, and your boy can talk for days, but that's not my strong point. So I'm still going to make reels and stuff with them. Callum, you will notice on my Insta, there's a lot of memes, but there's going to be, and there has been more informative content. Callum's doing that. So whether he edits the reels or I do, and the TikToks, I guess, even though I don't really know much about TikTok, I'll just use the same content for both, but I might edit some, he'll probably edit some, but that's where I'm going to, really put my own personality into it, where when I can, it's a 1 minute video, 30-second video, 45-second video, might take me an hour to edit, but, I don't actually know, but it's not going to be 30 hours, that's for sure. And then you're going to get a lot more of me and the guests I have on. Next week I've got Rachel Baxter, I've got Sam Hall from Ethos Strength coming on, talking about chronic pain and what that did to him, mentally, physically, with his training. And then I've got, like I said, Dylan coming on. So those are my plans for Yeti Radio. I am back. I am committed. This is going to be a short episode, but I am excited. I have been powering through all my work and everything. I'm on top of my workload. I'm enjoying my life. I've changed a lot of things, and I'm feeling good about it. And this is just a passion project. Showing you the other side of these really good lifters and coaches, and even people just on Instagram that you might look up to. Showing you the human side, because something I've noticed after doing a couple big lifts recently at competitions, while it's great and I love it, and I love when people come up and talk to me like, oh my God, you're the Australian Yeti, and take photos. Something I've realized, and I'm someone that talks about mental health a lot, is people almost lose that human aspect when they follow you like that, and their only exposure is through socials. So, I very much am to a lot of people, and again, I'm not trying to say I'm famous or anything, but I very much am to a lot of people the Australian Yeti, the dude that lifts heavy and posts about mental health, and with the fantastic beard, according to TikTok. I talk about mental health and people love that, but then I think people forget that that's actually a really big struggle for me, and all these other famous lifters or popular lifters and coaches have the same struggle. So, when you stop posting in that or anything, you have any hiccups or you lose a lot of weight because, like Dylan, you were sick, and that people, not that they turn on you, but you can almost feel like or there's this fear that you become irrelevant, right? Because people don't know you personally. As much as I post a lot and I am an open book, I'm not Anthony Krasner. I'm not Anthony, the guy getting married to Danny in 2.5 weeks. And even though a lot of people are excited for me, again, I'm very much the Instagram guy for the moment. Again, that's not a bad thing, and I love it. But the whole goal of this is to show you the more human side of me and other people in the industry. If you want to come on, by the way, you don't need to have a following. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be the best lifter in Australia, the world, or anything. Just have something you want to talk about, have a story, have a message, send me a DM, and we'll get you on here. This isn't about me just fishing for really popular, famous people. It's about showing real people, right? And the real side to that. So that's where I want to go with this, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, in the future, when I have a little bit more dosh, when I have a little bit more money, I wouldn't mind paying someone to edit these and then do the nice little quirky video edits on the big long ones on YouTube. But until then, it's going to be pretty basic for YouTube. I'm going to make sure the audio is good, though, to the best of my abilities. I am getting a boom arm for my mic, so you don't hear the chair squeaking, and hopefully not my heavy breathing. This mic was like $300, but I might invest in an even better one. We'll see, but I am committed to this. I'm also going to, you can see my cute little setup here. I've got the "Will You Marry Me" behind me for those listening. Behind me, I've got this sign that my mum actually made when I proposed to Danny, and it says, "Will you marry me?" And then I got my big Pro Raw trophy. That's what they're called, right? And then down there, I've got these old USAPL magazines from the 90s, or powerlifting. What is it? Powerlifting America, whatever it is, magazines, huge collection that one of my clients actually gave me for my birthday because they've been lifting for over 25 years. So nice little setup that's going to get better. We're going to get some lights in the background. I might get a little Yeti radio decal on there and really turn this into its own room made for content with some character. So that's my goals. That's where I'm aiming for. But right now, the biggest goal is just getting one out a fortnight. I don't know what day I should upload. I don't know what the best day is. I'll probably just upload on Mondays or Sundays, maybe Mondays. I don't know. That's not really that important, but I do want a consistent schedule, which I'll go into in a minute. A couple of exciting things have happened in my life, and a couple of not so exciting things. So one, I hurt my knee 2 weeks out of breakthrough, had to pull out. Recovery, rehab is going well. Very, very minor damage, just a lot of pain. So I'm actually training legs again. Training's going well. I'm doing a cut, and I'm training a little bit more, well, a lot more like a bodybuilder because I want to make some physique gains. I want to lose some more weight, get leaner, and then come back up and be an even more juicy, jacked 125 kilo lifter. So as far as injury goes, sucks that I couldn't compete at Breakthrough with all my friends and have a great time, but the future looks good for my lifting. There's no long-term or even shortish-term repercussions. Like, I can start squatting now as long as the pain's not too bad, and obviously I'm not going to go max out. But my goals right now are just focused on getting super juicy and jacked. I'm getting married in 2.5 weeks. I'll probably upload this one early. I'll probably upload this tomorrow or Friday. I guess I could wait till Sunday or Monday. Maybe I'll upload it early, give everyone a treat. But I'm getting married in 2.5 weeks to my beautiful soon-to-be wife, Danny. She's going to be a Krasner soon, Danny Krasner. I'm very excited about it. She has absolutely changed my life for the better over the last 5 years. Danny has seen me at my very best. Danny's seen me at my very worst. And all through that, she's shown me unconditional love constantly. And I'm very appreciative. Anyway, you get the gist of her. I would like to get her on here one day with some questions from people asking what it's like living with me, because it's one thing me talking about it, but hearing it from someone else that experiences it every day would be fantastic. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm going to do, not a lot, but every once in a while I'm going to do some podcasts or some Yeti radio, Yeti chats like this that are a little bit more intimate with just me, maybe get Danny on there to talk a little bit. So people can, it's one thing posting online, doing Q&As and written messages on Insta, but I feel like this could be a little bit more intimate. You could learn a little bit more about me, the way I think, the way I speak, which is me sitting here in my room alone with my camera and mic. But that's not a bad thing because I've got a lot to say, and I do know people want to know more about me, and whether it be my struggles, my wins in life, whatever it is. So again, that's coming too. I'll probably make a little bit of different content. I'll focus on some reels and TikToks, sit down ones like this, educational ones. There's a lot happening. There's a lot coming, and I'm very, very excited for it. Right now it's 8:15 at night, and I've been I was home sick today. I've had vertigo. Like, I'm 29 going on 69 apparently, because I've had vertigo twice in 2 weeks and I've got a cold. So I did a lot of work today, and then I've been setting this up. I actually fixed my aircon today. Big win. First handyman thing I've ever done successfully, because I've broken a lot of things. But I did today focus on setting up some lights. I'm going to get more lights. Setting up the camera, I finally figured out how to use a manual focus, so it looks a lot better. And then playing with my microphone, trying to make it sound crisp for everyone. But that's, my goals and plans as far as content goes. I would love some input on that. So anything you want to say, let me know. But I am excited to be back. Now, what I'm here for is, well, I'm here to do that, but I also wanted to just touch on structure in life, right? And how important that is. Now, I know it's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. I been having pretty full-on, really bad ADHD and just, not being the most disciplined person in the world. Like, I never really learned discipline as a kid. Again, you can blame ADHD, but it's a mix of everything, right? Let's not put it all down to that. But I've never, obviously I'm a good lifter and I train hard on that, but with my eating, with my sleep, with my time management, I've always been really undisciplined and struggled with it immensely. It's something I've been very bad at. I'm always late everywhere. I'm always was doing work last minute, which is why I found it so hard to keep up with things like this. I've had a big shift in the last few weeks though. I got tired of being tired, rushed, stressed, and burnt out all the time. I feel like my workload is a quarter of what it was, but I'm actually doing more now because I've worked my lifestyle a lot better. I've been my day structure a lot better, and I've been strict on myself, making sure I'm actually sticking to it. So to touch on that, right, I hear a lot, and Mickey, my nutritionist, and a really good friend, and Will, and everyone else at the gym and everyone that knows me in person have always tried to help me develop some kind of structure in my life, and they all talk about how much better, how much easier life is when you have clear routines. I have tried on and off, but I've never really seen it through. It's not something I've ever really committed to, right? I kind of pretty common with people like me. I don't want to just keep throwing the word ADHD around, but you get this fear or this anxiety about the next day. So you stay up really late on your phone, or I don't really play games anymore, but reading or just doing stupid shit like on YouTube. And you don't want to sleep because you feel like you're going to lose that time to have fun. Then you oversleep the next day because you're trying to catch up on sleep. I get 8 to 9 hours a night, and it's this vicious, never-ending cycle. So you're always chasing your tail. Add in either whether it be alcohol and or drug abuse, and there's a vicious cycle there because then you're always tired as well, and you're always burnt out because you've got these substances in your system that ruin your sleep quality and just make your brain not work really well, right? Like it's hard to think when you're messed up. So not something I've ever stuck to, and something I am absolutely, if I do say so myself, I'm proud of myself, but I'm nailing it now. The big change was one, being sober properly, not making excuses for myself with on that side of things. Like, I've always been pretty hit and miss with that, and just changing the timing of my ADHD meds has helped immensely. And honestly, just as soon as that alarm goes off, getting out of bed. So I'll run you through quickly what my days used to be like and what they look like now. So I would try to get up on time at like 8 o'clock. I would end up hitting snooze. Then I'd set it to 9, 9:30, maybe sometimes 10, right? And there's some days I get up early, some days I get up really late. So I'd get up, I'd be stressed because I got to leave for work in an hour, hour 15. I would have intentions of working with clients before work, like online and programming. This wasn't every day, but it was so just this clusterfuck of language, right? Am I allowed to swear in my own thing, right? Just this mess of always trying to cram in work, and I was always stressed, right? So I'd get up at whatever time, super inconsistent. I'd have a coffee, I'd have my Ritalin straight away, right? And then I'd be looking at my phone, I'd be watching YouTube, or I'd be cuddling Danny, and my Ritalin kicks in, and then, well, now I'm focused on look at that cute photo of Danny. Now I'm focused on this for the next God knows how long. And then it's 11:20, I got to be out the door, I haven't eaten, I rush to work, I'm stressed, I'm ignoring calls because I'm overwhelmed. I'd get to Apex, I'd, rush my training because that's important to me. I'd fit in my training, and then I'd try to do a little bit of work and always fail because I get caught up in a conversation. Then I'd have to come home, do work late at night, and then get it all done in 1 or 2 days on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm stressed because I have no structure, because I've gotten up late, because I've stayed up late doing nothing productive. And you don't need to always be productive. I'm not one of like, Joe Rogan, you need to go to bed and be wrecked every night. But I was just wasting my time. And, when all of your time is downtime, it's not really, right? Does that make sense? So I wouldn't even feel like I got a weekend because I had to do all my work then. So I'm stressed all week, but I'm not really getting anything done. So I feel like I'm overworked as hell. And then I'm stressed all weekend because I'm trying to get all my work done. And I'm like, why am I doing so much work? Why am I working 10 hours a day? When really I wasn't, right? I was just stressing myself out. And I hit this turning point where I just can't do this anymore. I I'm not functioning well. I'm not spending time with Danny because I'm always trying to play catch up. I get my training done, but because I'm stressed and I'm taking my max Ritalin dosage, so I'm not eating. And again, I'm allowed to take my max dosage, but it does have a lot of side effects. And again, it wasn't helping me be more productive. I just had a fast heart rate, and then it made me more anxious and sweaty. And anyway, and then I'm trying to fit all my food in at night, at like 10 at night. So I'm like, I'm not going to fit in 5,000 calories like this. So I order 2 pizzas. And again, you can see how this all kind of ties in, right? Had no structure for my day. So I was always behind on work. And because I'm trying to fit training and a little bit of working during the day, taking more Ritalin than I actually found out I need to now after actually changing a lot of things, not eating, then I'm eating shit at night. And something I've talked about a lot is wanting to get my nutrition sorted and do better with that. And now I'm crushing it. So, I had this really big turning point. I just got sick of feeling like that all the time. And that's all I've ever known. I've had periods, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, maybe a couple months look, that's probably being generous. Let's say like 3 to 4 weeks of rare blocks where I'm really productive, or I feel productive at the very least. And then it's fleeting and it goes away. So I just got sick of it. And I was like, I talked to Danny about it. I was like, I cannot live however long I live for, another 40 years like this. Like, I'm just not enjoying life. I'm not enjoying anything, right? But I could see why. It was my fault. And I've got all these legends giving me advice in my life. And I was like, let's just try. Let's just try to implement it for a little bit. So what do my days look like now? Well, one, they're a lot more stress-free and I'm getting a lot more done. But this is what happens. My alarm goes off at 7. Sometimes I wake up a little bit before it. Turn my alarm off, get out of bed. I go have a coffee and or caffeinated beverage. I've had those like amino energy things that one of my friends sent me, and they're pretty delicious. But today I had a coffee, right? Not a super strong one. No Ritalin. So have my coffee, do cardio. So I'll do 20 minutes of walking. So I say cardio. It's pretty chill walk because I'm doing more cardio at the gym some days. So do my cardio, then I eat. So we're at about, anywhere from 7:30 to 8 o'clock now, because sometimes I want to talk to Danny and catch up and say hello and, before she goes to work or if she's going to work a bit later. Then I'm going to the gym and training. So I'm doing a 3-day on, 1 day off split now, like a lot of bodybuilders, push-pull legs. So after that, I've had something to eat, something light to eat. I go to the gym and I train. I'm getting it out of the way first thing, and I am loving it because that's me time, right? I love training and I love training hard. So I'm going to Derrimat, putting my headphones on and just pumping out these awesome sessions, not in like 40 minutes, they're big sessions, like an hour and 20, hour and a half. And I'm just frothing it, right? So then that gets us to anywhere between 9 and 9:30, 2 minutes away. I come home, maybe sometimes I have a cheeky sauna, do some cardio, and I come home and I have a shower. So I used to be getting up at this time, 9:30, 10 o'clock, right? And now I've already done my cardio, sometimes 2 things of cardio if you count the walking, which I do because it is, keep my heart rate above 110. So it's not super intense, but it's there. And, there's still time there. I'm not stressed now. So I get home, 9:30, wherever it may be. And then I have another feed. I have my first big meal of the day, have a shower, and hey, look, I've got some time. So I'll either chill out for a little bit. I'll do things like feed the cats, change their kitty litter, let the dog go to the bathroom. If Danny's here, say goodbye, everything like that. And then, that takes me, say, to 11 where I need to start thinking about leaving for work. So that's when I'm having my Ritalin. Now, with ADHD, I'm being productive in the morning, but I actually burn out really quick. It's like this massive fog and I get really tired. So I have my Ritalin and I'm having half the dose I used to. So I have 30 milligrams of Ritalin at about 11 now, right? Now, I never used to be able to be productive because I'd take it and there was nothing to switch me to work mode. So I would be a little bit more amped up and focused, but there was no clear cut. And not everyone needs to do this. This is just what's working for me. And maybe it'll work for you if you struggle with this, right? But I never used to have anything that would switch me to work mode. If I tried to work from home, I would just sit here going, what am I going to do? Looking at my phone, watching YouTube videos. I couldn't actually start working. So have my Ritalin now, get my bag ready, and I'm out the door by 11:15, 11:20 to go to work. When I'm driving to work, I used to go there and I'd train and then I'd talk to people for 4 hours, because the way we do things at Apex is 12 to 4 is Tyler and I are there during the week, but we do work. Again, quotation marks for those listening, I didn't really do work, and we train and stuff like that. We do things for the gym, but I would get sweet FA done. Now I'm driving there, my Ritalin kicks in, but I'm driving to work with intention, right? So I get to Apex at around 12, just before, say hello to whoever's there, because I still love everyone. But I sit down now in the office, open my computer, and lo and behold, half the dosage of the meds I used to have before, and I can work for 4 hours straight, right? And then I coach from 4 to 8. So I'm still working in the afternoon, but I mean on the computer, something I've never been able to do. So that's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm doing all of my online client work and and everything like that while I'm at Apex, which used to be my training time and talking time. So I've gained an extra 12 hours a week of productivity just by changing my schedule a little bit and changing my Ritalin dosage timing. Then I coach, come home, and I'm not stressed because I've done all my work. So I come home and I hang out with Danny. I'm actually in a good mood. I'll talk to her about my day, which something I never really did. And, I felt really bad for Danny, because she'd be like, how's it? I'd be like, yeah, all right. And then she'd find out weeks later from someone else that, no, we bought, up to 70 kilos of dumbbells, but I was always too stressed to say anything and I forget. So I come home and I can actually hang out with my partner and be present and have a good time and not be looking at my phone or trying to cram in work at 8 at night. And then I'm in bed at 9:30. I've had a shower and that. I'm in bed 9:30, and I'm asleep by 10:30. So this is my new schedule, and it's made my life completely different. I am so happy. I am so switched on. A fair few people have noticed already, but I'm just so productive, and that feels good, because now when I actually want to relax, I can relax. I used to just sit there and be stressed. There's no real point for me telling you all this other than, hey guys, I'm doing really well. This is why. You might take something from it, but I'm so happy, and I'm just so ready to just crush life and crush this stuff. Tuesdays, which would have been yesterday, but again, the podcast got cancelled. Tuesdays are going to be my podcast day. So I used to try to work on Tuesdays. I still train on Tuesdays now, but I used to try to do work from home on Tuesdays, and I will get nothing done. Now I sit down, I will record a podcast, or do some stuff. I'll say if I've got a little bit of extra work to do with clients and that, or for the gym, I'll do that. And then I've got the day to make content. By 5 o'clock, I'm done. I've trained. And again, I can unwind. I can actually probably go see friends now and hang out with my partner. So something I always thought was cliche, something I always thought was people just making stuff up or too hard and too unattainable for me. I want to say use ADHD as an excuse. Again, I got it bad, but I was like, no, I won't be able to do that. I can't stick to this stuff. Well, I just didn't give myself an option. And it sounds simpler than it is. And it's working, and I'm happy. Like, I am so much happier now, because I'm doing the same amount of work much more efficiently and in the times I should be working. So my downtime is actually downtime. That's all I really want to go over, because we hear it a lot. Don't ever tell me to buy a planner. God, it's like, I hate that. I can't stick to a planner. But I've got an app now where I go, these are my daily to-dos. These are my client reviews, what days I'm going to do them. And because everything else is kind of working around it, it's paying off really, really, really well. So just so I can make a cute little reel out of this, this is what my day structure is like now. I'm not going to do that. I'll pull it off the other one, right? 7 a.m., get up. I can't be bothered. You don't want to sit here for a minute while I do that. So in a really good spot. I'm really happy. And I just can't thank you all enough for being so patient and understanding. And people been asking me for this. When's Yeti Radio coming back? They go, hey, when are you doing your podcast again? And I'm here to tell you, I'm doing it again now. I'm back. I'm in the best spot I've been in. This will be a little bit of a TikTok one, so ready, or a real one. But just bear with me. Bear with me. I don't drink beers. I don't drink at all. All right. So people keep asking me when I'm going to bring my COD pass. Thinking of Call of Duty. People keep asking me when I'm going to bring my podcast back. And I'm here to tell you it's back. Yeti Radio is here to stay once a fortnight. For now, in the future, I might do more, but that's where I'm committing to now, is starting again as of next week, right? Get hyped, get excited. If you have any guests you want to come on, or if you want to come on yourself, send me a message and we'll sort it out. You don't need to be super famous or anything. You don't need a massive following. You don't need a big following. You just need to have a good message that kind of fits what I love and what I like to do, you know. All great if you want to talk about carnivore diets, but it's not what I'm here for. Seriously, guys, I've had so much support from this world, this powerlifting world. Almost said fitness, but the powerlifting world quite specifically. Through my life, I was actually looking at a lot of my old posts yesterday, and a lot of you guys have, you know, I know a lot of people message me and say, hey, thank you so much. Like, you helped me with this post, and you messaged me about this, and now I'm seeing a psych, and I got diagnosed with X, and I'm doing way, way better. But I'm also here to say, and I'm glad I can do that, you know, because I'm just a guy that lifts heavy talking about stuff, but you guys have had a massive impact on me, and that's why I want to do this stuff, right? Because it does actually help people. When we talk about it, people can relate, and they don't feel weird anymore. They don't feel like an outlier. It does help people immensely, and you guys have helped me. I feel accepted. I've never been so confident and happy to share my own struggles and journey, because I don't feel judged. People are very accepting. So you guys are an awesome community, and thank you. Next Tuesday, I have Rachel Baxter on, so she's coming on. If you have any questions, I'll do a Q&A post for her. Get them in. Super, super strong. She squats like 240, 250 kilos, benches over 100, and deadlifts like 230 plus, I think. But we're going to be talking about managing, it's actually not similar to this, but managing training that with ADHD and stuff like that. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff, so I'm not going to pigeonhole ourselves into that. But I just wanted to touch base, say I'm back for real this time. I'm literally in the best spot I've ever been in. I'm super excited, and thank you all for sticking along for the ride. I'll upload this one pretty soon, but let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how you find it, whether you loved it or hated it, what you liked about it. If you didn't like anything about it, tell me what I need to do better. Cheers, guys. So excited to be back. Thank you all. Going to be married in like 2.5 weeks, so let's do that. Also, like, this camera looks pretty good. I forgot the dude's name that gave it to me, but thank you. You're an absolute legend. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Okay. Love you. Bye. Peace.